Islam. Islam. Islam.
First, I give praise to Allah. I give orders to our divine prophets. I give honors to Prophet Noble Judah, the founder. I give honors to Brother Prophet John Givens, El Prophet Noble Judah, reincarnated. I give honors to Grand Sheikh Richard Dingle, El Prophet Noble Judah, in the third form. And I give honors to Grand Sheikh Timothy Dingle, El Hyphen Noble Judah Ali. I'm Grand Sheikh Yusef-Bey. Peace.
Peace.
You may be seated. Islam, boys.
Islam.
So last week we went into the Moabite degree, and to put people above, the Moabites was a tribe of biblical people in the Bible who was going to war with the children of Israel, and eventually they became one people by basically a woman named Ruth. She married an Israelite named Boaz, and they became one family. And our prophet was really said that we were the sin of the ancient Moabites, and it was showing the bonding tie between the Moabites and the Israelites. You could go on our YouTube channel, Brooklyn Moors, and you could look at it. It's called "Who Was the Ancient Moabites?" They get a brust. So last week, I mentioned we all grew up in the church, or grew up kind of familiar with the church. You know, we didn't go to church all the time. We went at least on Easter. Right? So, you know, and we watched these movies like the 10 Commandments with Moses and all of that. Yeah, every year, right?
That's right.
Thanksgiving. So, you know, we familiar with Moses, and Moses going on a mountain and he receiving the 10 Commandments and stuff like that. And, you know, we in this temple, we don't take these things literally, because a lot of things are symbolic, but if you want to go with the narrative to explain certain things from the narrative, it's fine. But it goes way more deeper than that. Islam?
Islam.
So last week I made a really bold statement. I said that the laws that came to Moses from what they call God in the Bible was actually come from a more older law. A law called the Code of Hammurabi.
That's right.
And Hammurabi, he was a Moor. But in ancient times, they call them Amorites. In modern times, they call him a Moor. So this Amorite, he was one who received some type of codified law. And this law is way older than the 10 Commandments. Anybody know how many commandments are actually in the Bible? It's actually not 10 commandments. It's actually more commandments in the Bible.
Come on, boys.
Anybody know how many commandments it is? Yeah. Anybody out here know?
Come on, boys. Stop playing, man.
Y'all thought it was just 10? Yeah, it's way more than 10. You know, they say that it's what, 613?
613.
But in actual, a lot of those laws, they kind of like reiterated. And some of those laws don't apply. Like it talks about if a woman has a menstrual, do that apply to brothers?
No.
It don't apply to brothers. So certain things don't apply, but these were 613 laws. So you will see, I don't know if you ever see like European Jews, they walk around with these white strings hanging off their clothes. If you go like the Crown Heights, you'll see like they got white strings. Those are called fringes or tzitzis. And those supposed to be a reminder for them to keep the law. So every time they look at it, it's supposed to remind them they can't break those commandments that was given to them. I think you got them all right. Brother Sadiq, make sure you put the big camera on there, bro. Jeff. Yeah, that's the main camera we need.
Of course, we wear Islam. They wear it with only white. If you read it in Numbers 15, verses 38 to 40, it says you're supposed to have a cord of blue. That's for us, because blue is one of the colors of royalty. That's why we can wear it. They're not supposed to wear that. At one time we had it on lock. They would try to wear that. They would get their head chopped off immediately. Islam?
Islam. So That's the reminder for them to wear those fringes. But in reality, this law was already came from the Moors before they even received this law. Now, this is a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu, and I recommend for anybody to get this book. We're gonna read page 111 and see what they say. Wait, I got the wrong page. Hold this for me.
Islam. So right now, he's saying, because like he was saying, a lot of us grew up with the Bible, and of course, people think that's the end all be all. But now we going back that it goes back to even further than when the Bible was so-called written, put together. And now these people who put these together, the lords, these people look like us. It's us. But now they took our own history, our own culture, flipped it, gave it to us in a watered down version.
It's chapter 111 in this book. I'm gonna have Brother Babs L gonna read this. You could read it from, we're gonna just get to the meat of this.
The most famous of the Babylonian kings was Hammurabi,
That's the name I just mentioned, right? Hammurabi. Now, y'all got homework to do. Go look this brother up. Hammurabi.
who ruled about 2150 BC. He was outstanding for his codification of a system of laws founded on retaliation as the punitive measure for crime.
A system of laws. He established a system of laws. When you read the Bible, those are the system of laws, right?
He also established a 7-day week, with the last day a rest day or Sabbath. This idea was adopted by the Hebrews and then transmitted to the Greeks, Romans, and other Europeans.
How you spell Hammurabi? How'd you say?
Hammurabi.
Okay.
Hammurabi. Hammurabi.
Islam. So, when I was a youngin in the Moorish Science of America, I came through by way of a Moorish organization called the Great Seal of Moorish Affairs. And the brother who was the head of the Great Seal was a brother named Yusef-Bey. But the elders that I was under, they gave me a lesson, and this lesson they referred to Hammurabi's Hammurabi Bey, which means governor, and it said in that degree that he was the first Grand Sultan of the Moroccan Empire. The Moroccan Empire is known then as the Babylonian Empire. So Hammurabi was not only a wise ruler, but a humanitarian. He was a humanitarian. Under his reign, achieved extreme greatness. Was developed in law, government, made astonishing progresses. He collected all the old writings and laws. So he was a humanitarian. He collected a lot of old writings and dealing with a lot of the old laws. Hammurabi received his code of law from a god called Shamash on a mountain. So there's a picture, I don't know if I might got it on my phone, but there's a picture of him they found of him receiving a law from this god or deity on a mountain. Does this sound familiar?
Moses.
This is older than the Moses story. So if you read Exodus, give me Exodus chapter 31, verse 18. And I think I got the picture. Because I was looking at it the other day.
Exodus 31:18. And he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone, written with the finger of God.
So this is very similar to the Code of Hammurabi. Now this is the picture of Hammurabi. Let's get that on the camera. You can pass that. You got it more?
It's right there. Yeah, I got it.
Just hold the phone, just let them see it. So in that picture showed the Code of Hammurabi, Hammurabi receiving a law from his deity, which is older than in the Moses story. It's long?
It's long.
Hammurabi was an Amorite. The Code of Hammurabi is Israelite law. 300 years, Moses recorded his law, the Pentateuch. So this was 300 years afterwards that Moses received his law. So Hammurabi, when you look at the story, and we have a reference of in that book Babylon Timbuktu that he brought about the codification of laws. Islam, and I called it the Pentateuch, which is the first 5 books. They call it the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. The Pentateuch or the Torah is the works of several scribes who wrote at different times. The names of the angels of the months, such as Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, Uriel, came from Babylon with the return of the Israelites from captivity. So when the Israelites was in captivity, their month system came out of Babylon.
That's right.
And when you look at their calendar system, one of their months is the name of a Babylonian deity called Tammuz. Now, mind you, according to the Bible, you cannot worship other deities besides the God they call Yahweh or Jehovah, but in their months, the God is called Tammuz, which is a Babylonian deity. This is how much the Babylonian influence had over the children of Israel, because they went into captivity and went into Babylon and was slaves there. Have we been slaves in America? Are we influenced by American culture? So you think if these Israelites was in Babylon, they're not going to be influenced by Babylonian culture? So when they was there, they adopted and extracted a lot of Babylonian concepts that they had within their civilization, because that was a high developed civilization at that time. So just like we've been influenced by America, they was influenced by the Babylonians. So they was influenced by taking the concept of their laws, their codes, and implementing it into what they call the Pentateuch or their Bible, the Torah. Their calendar system and their month system was based upon Babylonian deities like Tammuz, a Babylonian god. The Torah or laws of Moses was prepared by a priesthood on the base of traditions, documents, and laws, codes of other nations. What they did is that they extracted their codes and laws and things from other nations. Because let me ask you a question. If you want to make an advanced car, are you going to look at the old cars to make your car better? You're going to try to start from scratch.
The old cars.
You're going to look at the old. So they're not going to come up with a system and try to start from scratch when there was systems already in existence. What they did, they took those systems that was in existence and they developed them systems from that and coded them with their system, which is called now today the Mosaic Law, which comes from old Babylonian law, which was what the elders told me was the old Moroccan Empire, which Hammurabi was the grand sultan of that empire. And what does the word sultan mean? It means a ruler. And this sultan was an Amorite, which today means a Moor. Islam. And we just saw the picture. If you see look at the picture he got a beard like Sheikh Sadiq, like Brother Jeff, a long beard. Islam. Then came the raid of Nebuchadnezzar, who saw utterly burned and destroyed Jerusalem in 586 BC. Give me 2 Kings chapter 25, verse 9 to 10. So, they under Nebuchadnezzar comes, he destroyed Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the center of the children of Israel. That's like the center, like in America, you got Washington, D.C. Well, Jerusalem was their center.
That's right.
And Nebuchadnezzar, he came and he burned and destroyed Jerusalem in 586 BC, and they was taking captivity, the children of Israel, into Babylon. And while they was there, they developed these ideas to develop their system. You got it, Mo? Yeah, 2 Kings chapter 25, verse 9 to 10.
2 Kings 25, 9 to 10. And he burnt the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem, and every great man's house burnt he with fire. And all the army of the Chaldees that were with the captain of the guard break down the walls of Jerusalem round about.
So you see, when I give this information, I'm giving you biblical references. I'm giving you references from out of other books. I'm showing you pictures so you can see that I'm not making this up. And you can do the research on this and see that I'm not making none of this up. This is all based upon facts. Now you have an Israelite called Ezra himself. Remember that he was not only a zealot priest, but a ready scribe in the laws of Moses. So Ezra, he was a priest, and he was in Babylon. He was a scribe person that writes these things down. Now, the name Ezra, if you put L on it, what do you have?
Israel.
Ezra, the priest who was the scribe, is really your real Moses of the Bible.
Teachers.
He's the real Moses. He's the one who wrote the laws, because he received the laws when he was in Babylon and studied the Court of Hammurabi. Because prior to that, they did not have no written laws. When they went into captivity, the children of Israel had not that many written works. Islam? Give me Ezra chapter 7 verse 6 to 21, I think. Just give me chapter 7 verse 6 for right now. Is that in the that's in the Bible? Yeah, I got mine. Yeah, Ezra. Chapter 7 verse 6.
Islam. Ezra 7 verse 6. This Ezra went up from Babylon, and he was a ready scribe in the law of Moses.
Can I just say that? He's a ready scribe? Okay.
Islam. Which the Lord God of Israel had given, and the king granted him all his requests, and according to the hand of the Lord his God upon him. Islam.
That's good. Thank you, Mo. He was in Babylon. Israel was a high priest of the Jews who remained in Babylon after the captivity. Israel is the Moses of the Pentateuch. Israel descends from a priestly line of Zadok, directly back to Aaron. Go to Israel 7 again, 1 to 5. Who got it?
Now after these things, in the reign of Artaxerxes, king of Persia, Ezra the son of Sariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Shallum, the son of Zadok, the son of Ahitub, the son of Amariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Marioth, the son of Zeriah, the son of Uzi, the son of Buki, the son of Abishua, the son of Phinehas.
That's good, because that's getting concrete. Yeah. I get the point. I say he was the descendant of the line of Zadok. We mentioned the name. That goes back to the Aaron priesthood. For y'all who are not familiar with the biblical narrative, that Aaron was Moses' brother, and that's where the Levitical priest line come from. They was the ones that did the sacrifices in the temple. They was the priestly clan amongst the children of Israel. You had to be born from Aaron. So he's supposed to be a direct line from Aaron. That's what makes him a priest. All right?
It's long.
Before Babylon captivity, Israel had no sacred writings. There was certain laws, prophetic writings, and a few historical books, but no one had ever thought as a scribe, bonding, and divine. The authority of these documents, Israel brought the priestly laws with him from Babylon. He brought these priestly laws from Babylon. Ezra, the priest, where I'm at, from Babylon, altered it and amalgamated it with the narration and laws already in existence. No civilization is not gonna. If you think that some God dropped out the sky and gave Moses laws, you're not dealing with reality.
That's right.
You're not dealing with reality. Nobody. This does not happen. God is not in no sky somewhere with a crown on his head, with a so-called white man with a big beard looking over you, and gonna come down and put his hand down and give you some laws. Law systems are developed from previous systems that already exist, and they developed those systems. The American Constitution is based upon laws that was in Europe, based upon Moorish law, based upon the great law of peace that was over here, and based upon biblical law. And they developed the Constitution based upon these concepts. If they told us that the Constitution fell out the sky from a God, would we believe that right now?
Nope.
And this is crazy because we are people that got common sense. But when it comes to religion, common sense is out the window. We first of all, so-called black people, we live in the realest situations in life. Like, we come from hard situations. With some of us, we grew up with our grandmother, aunt, uncle in the crib, nieces, cousins. You got like 6 people in the room. You know that when it comes to getting food, that no God gonna drop no food out the sky for you to eat. That you saw your mother, your grandmother stuff had to hustle to get that money. And sometimes you gotta even get out there on the streets as a young man to get the money for yourself. You're going through real situations. But then when it comes to religion, we saying that some God gonna just bring us some food out the sky, knowing that we go through the hardest times that anybody on this planet ever went through. So we need to be dealing with reality more than anybody else.
That's right.
But now we want to get spooky when it comes to religion, believe that some God came out the sky and gave Moses the commandments. This is crazy. We thinking like children. Like, I could never accept that type of stuff when I was a child. Plus, I had a pops that wasn't with it. Like, my pops is from the nation of gods on earth, so he was like, my grandma be talking that religious stuff to me, my pops be like, yo, come in. Like, it don't go down like that. So I'm grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm showing you how these biblical laws was developed from a previous law that already existed.
That's right.
In Babylon, amongst Asiatics, amongst Moors, amongst our people. Because Babylon was a place that was, according to the Bible, was founded by an Ethiopian or a Cushite named Nimrod, who was a so-called black man. So the original people that inhabit Babylon look like us. Broad-nosed, thick-lipped, nappy-headed people. So it's cool you took your hat off, be proud of your hair, you know what I mean? Get them locks, you know what I mean? You look like these brothers soon. So, in existence, and produced the Pentateuch. Israel introduced them to Israel in 444 BC. He introduced these laws to the Israelites in 444 BC. Prior to that, they did not have no laws. No laws. It was considered divine from the time of Ezra until 287 BC when the Pentateuch was produced. The laws came about. Islam? Now, do I want to get into this? Let me see. I got a thing. I don't want to be going too hard. I don't want to be messing with nobody's belief system too much. Let y'all hold on to something, huh? It's almost 2 o'clock? Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. So we're going to get into these laws to show the comparison. Now, I got the Code of Hammurabi here. Remember, I said that the biblical laws came from the Code of Hammurabi, and that Hammurabi is much older than the Torah or the Pentateuch. And that Ezra, when he was there, he collected these codified laws and he introduced these laws into the children of Israel, which we got in the Bible today. Now, let's see if I'm making this up. Let's see. Let's do a comparison here. We're going to do a comparison. It's long.
You working, Mo?
Thank you, Mo. So I want my brother Babs L to give me Exodus chapter 22, verse 8. And I want my brother Sheikh Sadiq to give me the Code of Hammurabi number 1.
Code of Hammurabi, Code of Laws, number 1. If anyone ensnare another, putting a ban upon him, but he cannot prove it, then he that ensnared him shall be put to death.
I hear that, Lord. That's the Code of Hammurabi. In Exodus chapter 22, verse 18.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
All right, give me Leviticus chapter 20, verse 27.
A man also or woman that hath a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones, their blood shall be upon them.
It's long. That's similar to Code of Hammurabi number 1. Assure him that he should be put to death. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 16 to 19. And I need the Code of Hammurabi number 4. Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 16 to 19.
If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that which is wrong, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in those days. And the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be a false witness, and hath testified falsely against his brother, then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So shalt thou put the evil away from among you.
What chapter verse is that on?
That's Deuteronomy 19, 16 to 19. Deuteronomy 19, 16 to 19.
Thank you.
It's long. Number 4 says, if he safety the elder oppose a fine of grain or money, he should receive a fine of that action produced. But that's not the one I'm looking for. Let me get the ones I'm looking for. Oh yeah, this is, there we go, Leviticus 25. Give me Leviticus 25 verse 44 and give me number 16.
Hammurabi Codes, number 16. If anyone receive into his house a runaway male or female slave of the court or of the freedman, and he does not bring it out, pardon me, and if he does not bring it out at the public proclamation of the major domus, the master of the house shall be put to death.
Leviticus 25, verse 44. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids.
So it says, if anyone receive unto his house a runaway male or female slave in the court, or a free man, and does not bring it out as a public proclamation, the major and the master of the house shall be put to death. If you see that, it's similar to the laws of the Code of Hammurabi. There's one I want to really get that will really sit home with everybody. Give me Exodus chapter 22, verse 2 to 3, and give me, I believe give me, what, Exodus?
No, you got the Exodus. I'm talking about number 21.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you got to go down. Something. Okay.
Hammurabi Code 21. If anyone break a hole into a house, break in to steal, he should be put to death before the hole and be buried.
Let's get Exodus 22.
Exodus 22, verse 2 to 3. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten, that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him, for he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft.
Islam. Do y'all see the similarity between the codes so far?
Islam.
Because they derive from the Code of Hammurabi.
That's right.
So this is how we know that this is true. But I was looking for Leviticus, I had one with Leviticus 25:10 in here that would really sit home with the Moors. Okay, there we go. Give me Leviticus 25:10 and give me the Code of Hammurabi, chapter 129. Now, Leviticus 25:10 is very important for a lot of Moors because it's based upon the 13 sections. That's where it comes from. So now we're going to see where it derived from. So we got Leviticus 25. Oh no, this is Leviticus 20:10. All right, let's give me Leviticus 20:10. That's what I got here.
Leviticus 20:10. And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
Islam. Now let's listen to the Hammurabi Code.
It's Hammurabi Code 129. If a man's wife be surprised with another man, both shall be tied and thrown into the water. But the husband may pardon his wife, and the king his slaves.
Islam. The same law. I'm about to end this because we gotta have Sheikh Amir come up because I'll be ODing sometime up here. Just wanna give him one more law. Give me Exodus chapter 22 verse 33 and give me Hammurabi Code 229. Where we get it first? Yeah, Exodus 22:33. 33. So give me Deuteronomy 22:8.
Hammurabi Code 229. If a builder build a house for someone and does not construct it properly, and the house which he built fall in and kills its owner, then the builder shall be put to death.
You got some harsh type of laws.
It's a fact.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 8. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, that thou bring not blood upon thine house, if any man fall from thence.
Islam.
Am I making this up?
Islam.
If you read the Code of Hammurabi, you could take a lot of the laws that's in the Bible, it came from there.
That's right.
So we're not dealing with the spookism no more, that some God came out the sky, some big old European white man, and said, here my child, take these commandments, and he received it from the... These are all symbolic. It's symbolism. But reality is that it was a priest that was in Babylon that came in contact with these codified laws, and he developed a codified law system to govern his particular people, that today we call the Torah or the Pentateuch. With that, I say peace.
Peace.